I think today we are seeing the rise of what I would call a new ontological politics. And that sounds very academic. I think it is, in fact, very crucial to understanding the kinds of politics that will be necessary to forge an emancipatory and sustainable political project in the 21st century. So ontology is literally the study of essence. So what do we mean when we say a new ontological politics? It is fundamentally about the elaboration of new ethical and political conceptions of what is valuable. And this is a question that has been asked for a long time by environmentalists, labor activists, feminist activists, post-colonial, third world activists, for a very long time. I think we are at a new stage of politics around this, and I would highlight food sovereignty as an expressive example of this new ontological politics. And for food sovereignty, the argument says that the equitable and fair distribution of food and access to food, the right to cultural determination and democracy, and something that we would call ecological sustainability are all of a single process, that those questions cannot be separated in the present system. And so that argument powerfully extends not only to questions of gender and care work, it extends also to questions of climate. How are we going to try to deal with runaway climate change? Well, we won't be able to deal with climate change without an agriculture that is carbon friendly, if you will, that is able to deal with the present ecological disaster of industrial agriculture and runaway greenhouse gas emissions, not only from industry, but also crucially from land clearance and industrial agriculture. So we need an ontological politics that is a politics of value that is holistic and that is relational, that brings in the relations not only of sustainability in a narrow environmental sense. We need something much broader. We need a way of valuing both the work of extra-human nature, but also the work of human nature, and especially of reproductive and care work at its center. And I think that that's where a lot of the movements today are headed, that they are looking at how our relations of reproduction under siege, under threat, of privatization, of simply physical exhaustion in some cases. So we are looking for a new way forward. The old answers and the old radical strategies often turned on a very productivist view of nature, that is, making nature an object of production, and then earning the fruits of that and redistributing the fruits of that. And I think what the movements today are saying and highlighting, and I think here is where political ecology and the new social movements around this ontological politics converge and can be in a fruitful conversation, that we can learn how the connective tissues of human and extra-human well-being are very powerful and can nurture each other both in a biophysical way, but also in a new imaginary of creating a world in which human and extra-human life can be emancipated from the rule of capital.